Hi there, everyone. My name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. Oh man, okay, so this one was painful, so, so, so painful. Gotta make it past the 30-second marker before curse words can come out. Oh, so painful. Okay, um, I knew going into this one how miserable I was going to be. We're talking about Mariah Carey MTV Unplugged EP. I had just done the Man of War EP as my last review, so I figured I'll grab another EP, and this was right there. And I had to pick out some albums for this month. We're in the month of February that I'm recording this in, and it'll go up online. Black History Month. And I usually do just Funkadelic and Parliament for Black History. It's kind of, I don't want to say a joke, but it is kind of a joke, only because, it's political BS that I don't want to get into. But, I figured this year I'm going to have a little more fun with Black History Month, and I'm going to throw in a few other ones in there. And I've got a string of them. I'm going to start with Mariah Carey here today. Next up will be Lauryn Hill, who I'm not a fan of. Then I got Toni Braxton after that, and that's a double disc album. Whew, that's going to be interesting. Got Jimi Hendrix after that. I'm excited for the Jimi Hendrix. And the Jimi Hendrix is going to be special because that's going to be a comparative one between greatest hits albums. I did something similar with Alice Cooper. After that, I'll be at number 350, which I'm doing something special for 350. Not too special, but special enough to mark the occasion that it's album review 350. And then after 350, I'm going to come back and I'm going to get in some Funkadelic still. All right. Just so I can cover different eras within Black history and whatnot. All right. This is 1992. Mariah Carey Unplugged. MTV. MTV was doing a lot of Unplugged at the time. This is one of those examples of why the MTV Unplugged was a bit of a failure. The biggest reason I'm going to explain as I go through is the instrumentation on these songs. But we're not there yet. I wasted a lot of time talking about stuff at the beginning because there are 7 songs on here, and I'm going to just blow through this real fast. We got 7 songs. We got Emotions. 30 seconds is all it took for me to remember exactly why I hate The Little Showboater. Within from 30 to about 33, 35, the section in there, if it was a guitarist, I would refer to it as masturbation, except it's her singing, so that sounds, it's vocal masturbation, I guess. Then, as we go into the song, electric bass. This whole album is electric bass. Electric bass on an unplugged album. Now, I own an acoustic electric bass. It is a big ass. I've played it before in previous episodes. Big ass acoustic bass, okay? And not an upright, but probably, and it has a jack in it so you can plug it in. So it is, I could use it unplugged but still give it the sound. There is a definitive difference in sound between an acoustic bass and an electric bass. And the bass on this album, I want to say, is a Fender Jazzmaster. Does that sound right? Do they have a Jazzmaster? I want to say something like that. It's just, I know the sound. It's got that very distinctive sound. It could even be that Stratty looking thing that they do. I don't remember. I'm not a Fender player, but it definitely has that sound. And that's why I'm not a Fender player. So moving away from that, let's go on to the next song. If It's Over. This one, Oh, I should mention, I don't mind Emotions. It's actually, that particular rendition's actually not too bad. Um, I don't like the actual song though. I hate the original version, but this one, it's got a kind of cool vibe to it. Okay. If It's Over, this one sounds like an old school slow soul song. I don't talk about a lot of soul kind of music, but the soul that I have covered is literally the Commitments soundtracks. And this song, the way that it's performed on here, definitely sounds like it could be performed easily within the Commitments movies, and it would sound perfectly at par there. So it really does have that R&B Motown soul kind of sound, you know. But once again, man, the bass. This is an unplugged album, not an electric unplugged album, man. Just no, man. Someday follows that up. This one starts out with some funky promise, even though it's a very clearly electric bass playing that funky promise. And then it quickly turns into girl pop. And when I say girl pop, I'm talking, 80s Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, Janet Jackson's earlier stuff. This has a little bit more R&B and soul to it, but at the core of it, it's just a pop song. Love Vision, this one for me is nope, just nope. Not my thing. I think if this song was done by the right band, it could be really good. I am not into Mariah Carey doing it. Like, I think that if you got the right dark kind of band doing this one, want to say kind of gothy, could be interesting. Could be. Make It Happen. At first, when I first started listening to this album, I was pretty sure that it was piano, proper piano the whole way through. By the time I get to this song, it could be a proper piano the whole way through, but this one definitely has some electric keys on it. You can hear it in the actual tone and sound and the variants. It is not an acoustic. And if it is, they did something to mess with it in a way that ruins the acoustic sound. Because it definitely has a phase variance on it that definitely sounds electric to me. And at this point, it's really kind of a farce of an unplugged album. It's like there's nothing about it that's unplugged to me. And to me, it's also kind of why ultimately the series failed. Now, this is from 92. So this would be kind of actually early in the Unplugged series because let me see if I can bring up the information on the Nirvana Unplugged. So I think that might be the only other Unplugged I have in here. Let's see. Oh, I have a few Unplugged albums. All right, so Eric Clapton Unplugged was 92. Kiss Unplugged was 96. So I guess that, as much as I want to say that this is what helped ruin the Unplugged series, it really didn't. I don't have the Nirvana one on my computer anymore. I don't have the album anymore either. I got rid of it. I gave it to my daughter. Because I just, no. Anyways, folks, yeah, that's... Oh, and then the album finishes with Can't Let Go. My apologies. Oh, no. Did I get all the way through here? No, I didn't. So, where was I at there? Make It Happen. That was where I was talking about that piano thing going on. And then I got sidetracked. Sorry. After that, we get to I'll Be There. This is a cover from the Jackson 5. And I absolutely hate Mariah's voice on this song. Absolutely loathe it. Some of these songs she sounds really good on. Now, I don't generally like Mariah's voice, and it's because of the way she sings on songs like I'll Be There. I hate her voice on it. When she sings without trying to do all these stupid high notes that only dogs can hear, she sounds great. When she's singing like a normal woman in the choir, like a normal lead in like a choir, or a normal lead in a women's group, like the Supremes. Oh no, the Supremes. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. One of those Motown kind of groups. Yeah, Diana Ross and the Supremes, that's what I'm thinking of. So, yeah, if you go with something like that, she has a wonderful voice. When she goes with these stupid high notes, I can't stand it. And after I'll Be There, we get to Can't Let Go. Meh. If you are a Mariah Carey fan, chances are you probably own this album. And if you don't, you probably should. I mean, it is a. As much as I bitch about the album, it is a good album. It is a good capture of a time in Mariah Carey's life when, yes, she was already becoming a spoiled little diva, but she wasn't so far gone that she was making horribly racist remarks to her bouncer and having to go get cosmetic surgery of some sort or another until the issue blows over. Um, yeah. So that's where I'm going to leave that one. Um, not my thing. Not my thing. I will never listen to this again. This album had no real redeeming qualities to me. But if you're into her, you're into her. All right. Like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications, comment section below, link to Patreon below. Peace, love, take care.